Brought to you by Penguin.
Quartet for the End of Time by Michael Symmons Roberts. Read by Michael Symmons Roberts. In memory of my parents. I did not in any sense want to comment upon the apocalypse. My only wish was to articulate my desire for the dissolution of time. Olivier Messiaen. Chapter 1. Liturgy of Crystal. Crystals, liturgies, neither conjures much for me. Diamond stylus like a mouse tooth, meth, wireless set, amethyst the size of a fist worth next to nothing. Liturgie de Cristal starts before dawn. Small hours between 3 and 4 a.m. The birds wake up and most of us will miss it. I have missed it. Most days I still miss it. Messiaen says you can hear a blackbird. He says you can hear a nightingale, one of each in this first movement. They improvise inside a cloud at halo height. A blackbird has a bright gold halo around each eye, then a soft honeycomb iris funneling into the black hole of the pupil at the centre. In spring, there is daily eye-to-eye contact with the one outside my window. Like Elizabeth Bishop's tremendous catch in her poem The Fish, this blackbird has its eye on me, but not to return my stare. I knew they were already gone, so I had no fear of losing them. We took a bag with the ashes of our parents in 2 urns and dropped them in Lake Coniston. We said a prayer and let them go. I felt nothing much. If anything, release. Then that night I woke in horror at the thought that they were drifting in the deep, dissipated, inchoate, lost and cold and drowned. It felt like those nightmares every parent has, when you take your eye off your child for a second and they vanish. Only now, in reverse, I had mislaid my parents, and their clouds had bloomed in water, spreading and fading as they grew. Maybe we had made a mistake. That is why people are buried in the ground. It holds them in one place. Even an urn can be interred or kept on a mantelpiece. It means there is a location, a physical trace. In water, there is no regathering. But this sounds like the end of a story, instead of its beginning. When the composer Olivier Messiaen died in 1992 at the age of 83, my first thought was that I'd missed him. I'd had it in mind ever since I was a student to go to Paris and sneak in at the back of the Église de la Sainte Trinité towards the end of Sunday morning Mass. He was made organist at the church in his early 20s and held the post for the rest of his life. Reputedly, if the spirit moved him, the organ playout at the end of Mass would turn into an extended improvisation, a free concert for all comers by one of the greatest musicians of the 20th century. I discovered his music by chance. As a student in the mid-1980s, I was flicking for the first time through the small classical section of my local record shop. Not my natural territory, but I was looking for something new. It was the title that grabbed me, Quatuor pour la fin du temps. So I bought it. On first listening, I found it decidedly strange. It was hypnotic, furious, at times ecstatic, then achingly spare and still. I couldn't stop playing it. It sounded like a wild, idiosyncratic, mystic modernism I hadn't heard before. It didn't seem too big a leap from some of my other listening at the time, like the Cocteau Twins and the Cure, but it opened up new, imaginative spaces. The record sleeve told an amazing story about the making of this piece. He had written it while...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?